Okay. What is going on, LBHT Crew B? What is going on?
I'll tell you what's going on. Today is somebody's birthday. It's not the most important person on this show's birthday. That's all right.
It's not the
But
most.
we
It's
did.
the most.
But we did get a couple of cash apps, one from our guy Noah and one from Marcus, both saying happy birthday, Jose.
Oh man, you know what? Just because you gave me something, I'm gonna give y'all something. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Noah. Thank you very much, Marcus. And Noah also said happy Wednesday to everyone.
Yes, happy Wednesday. Appreciate. Look, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the birthday love. I appreciate the love that you guys have been showing us all year round. All last football season started this year. We're in the off season now. You guys still been showing up. Greatly appreciated.
Yes.
And of course, thank you for your birthday love today. Thank you very much. Thank you. But look, it is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope your week is going well. But if not, hopefully it gets better starting right now. We are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So wherever you're watching us, make sure you hit that like button, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're listening to the audio version of this, we put this out on Thursday at noon. So we hope you're enjoying your lunch break. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review because we're trying to grow over on that side. Okay. Who do we have here? Who we have? Got Urban. What up, Urban? Says, what up, chat? Happy birthday, Jose. Didn't know you were younger than Hendo.
Hendo's AI propaganda is out. It is doing work in these streets, boy.
It is. It is. It's two things, right? I let my beard grow out a little bit more than Hendo's, so you don't see the gray in his hair, right? And mine, my hair's starting to turn white now. Kids will do that. Kids will do that. Okay. It wasn't this way. It was this way 2 years ago, but that's all it is. He keeps his hair cut short, and yes, that picture of us, all right, where he looks like he's my nephew, right? Yes, that's what makes you guys believe that he's younger than me. False. Okay.
Wow.
I appreciate it.
Chat. Oh, sorry. It's
SB Cam. Thank you very much. Go ahead, get the super chat. Appreciate it.
A super chat. Thank you very much for TC. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Message on that one. We did get a super chat from Bazel. Thank you very, very much, Bazel.
Thank you, Bazel.
Today, it's Jose's birthday.
Thank you, Bazel. I appreciate that. Who else is in here? Praveen, salute, says going to Rio to cheer the Ravens when they take on the Cowboys. Wait, are you saying?
He's going? I was about to congratulate him, but he asking us. We ain't going to Rio.
No.
You got no Rio money.
No, we're not there yet. One day we'll be there.
Unless you super chatting, Praveen. Then anything is possible.
That would be a super duper chat. To get us the money we needed for that. Give us a couple more years. I think we'll be at a place where we can say, hey, we'll go on location in one of these places and film some stuff and stream and all that stuff, but not quite yet. All right. Maybe the Panthers game. We'll see. But if you go, let me know. Take pictures. I want to. Anybody that's going, take pictures. Take videos, whatever. Send it to us. Let us know how it was, and hope you have a good time and stay safe. All right. Just Aloe salute says hello LBHT. I hope everyone is having a great week. Happy birthday, Jose. I know you took the week off. I would. I didn't take the week off. I took the day off. I might take a day next week off.
Here's a little secret for y'all. Jose's in management. He takes every week off.
I'm not.
They don't do no work.
That is false. We do a ton of work. Next year I might do. I might take a week off. I might take the week of my birthday off. All right, I might do that. I've banked up enough time. I've been here long enough where I banked up enough time to where I could do something like that. But I usually don't. Even when I say I'm going to take off, I don't take off. All right. How it works is, hey, I'm off today, and I start checking my emails, and then I start emailing back, and I start emailing the team. Then I start calling them, and they're like, "Yo, aren't you off?" And I'm like, I've been working for 4 hours already. Let's just update this. But not today. Today I took off.
TC, thank you again for the super chat. This one is also, however, blank. I don't know if you're trying to leave a message and it's not coming through, but if you are, just put it in the chat. We'll read it. But thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Who else we got in here? We got our super producer, Adelia, says, hey, everyone. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't. Super chat or Cash App, $ LBHT show. If you want to guarantee your comment is read on air. Yes. And when you see that microphone man dancing, that's when somebody has donated a super chat. We do that for or Cash App. We do that for Cash App donations. But all donations are greatly appreciated.
Well, speaking of, we did just get a Cash App from Tracy who says, happy birthday to you. I'm not going to sing it, Tracy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate it. He'll read that later.
Thank you, TC. Brodny, if Lamar leaves Baltimore, I hope he goes to the Panthers. Me too.
Too. Keep it in the family. Look, let's let Jose birthday bless your day. Yes. Everybody has a great day today. Oh, and look at that. Listen, thank you, Bazel. Bazel gave a gift to all of y'all. 10 gifts. They had 10 gifts. Salute. And who is the lucky benefactor of these gifts? We got Coach got a gift. Money Mike got a membership. Yolanda, Jeremy Functional. I think I read that right. Bailey got Beats. Okay. Explore More 704. Christian and
which one are you?
Sergeant Klein. Yeah. Okay. And the birds are back. All right. Congratulations to all of y'all. Yes. Make sure you guys show Bazel some love in the chat. Thank you very much. That's
thank you, Bazel.
Greatly appreciated. Thank you, Bazel. Greatly appreciated. All right. Okay. Look. Everything with the Ravens feels like Christmas now. All right. We're excited about everything. Have we ever been this excited about schedule release before? No. I heard that they have a party. They're doing a party for the schedule release now. All right.
Disgusting.
They ain't do that with Harbaugh here. I'm just gonna say that.
It's disgusting.
They ain't do that. They do that with Harbaugh was here. Everything feels great. You know, that was we celebrated more than the Seahawks fans celebrated the Super Bowl.
Facts. And you should, because thank you, Hendo.
Thank you, Hendo. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the super chat. Look, Warbone even showed up. B.
What?
He was in the morning stream too.
What's going on?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. No, what were you saying?
No, they Seahawks know what's coming. They know Sam Darnold can't do it again. They know it's over.
Which is why you cherish that. That was amazing. Yeah. That was an amazing feat. Listen. First of all, no Flacco slander here, right? But listen, Flacco believed he was elite. Okay, he was elite at the right time, and I remember people were so mad that Flacco got a Super Bowl ring, and he got all that money. They're like, yo, he doesn't deserve that money. You know he got lucky, right? You know he's not gonna do it again. I said, maybe not, but he did it.
Yeah.
He did it. We got that ring. Where's yours? Okay.
Romo.
Listen, I'm sorry, Warbone is here. You know how many Cowboys fans I told, I was like, hey, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that Tony Romo talk anymore. Flacco is him. All right. Yes, Tracy. Yolanda is back. We've been missing Yolanda. Yolanda needs to come back and put out some content. We've been missing her. All right. Yes. Everybody show Yolanda some love. Osmond's in the house. What's going on, Osmond?
What's up, Osmond?
Salute. Thank you, Killer. Say happy birthday. Appreciate that. Yes. Glaucoma. What up? Noah, salute. Who else is in here? Let's get some quick shout outs. Money Mike. Yes, you got a membership. Congratulations. Ty Riggs, what's good? Salute.
What's up, Ty?
ISO Dragon. Salute. TC. Nitro's here. Says Jose and Brodny is waiting for me to go, guys, before they travel. The three of us is Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi.
I like the new avatar there, Nitro. Looking good.
Yeah, that's for the morning show.
Yeah, no, but I haven't seen it in here.
Oh, yeah. Salute to you, man. Graduating tomorrow.
Hey, congratulations, Cam.
Where you graduating from? You graduating?
Well, it's not Ohio State, is it?
Grad school.
Nice.
I gotta ask because our guy.
Don't say his name. Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Attitude Pop. What? That's not Attitude Pop. High school.
You know what? Maybe he doesn't want everybody he argues with knowing he's a junior.
He's a grown man now.
That wasn't always the case.
He's in college. He might graduate in college. We gotta ask Attitude Pop when he comes in here. But yeah,
so I'm saying it just wasn't always the case. All right.
Congratulations on that. Our nephew also graduating from grad school, getting his master's.
Mm-hmm.
Getting his master's from Towson. So congratulations to our nephew Sadiq. We are very proud of you.
Yes.
And it makes me feel very old because I remember changing that boy's diapers.
Listen. Halfway to 90, and another step down that road, bro.
Yes. All right, look, we're gonna be discussing. And what's up, Shug? I see you in here holding it down on Twitch. Appreciate you, Shug. Look, the schedule comes out tomorrow night, and we will live stream for that, along with the coach, along with Hendo from the Road Pod. So that will be fun.
But, spoiler alert, the Chicago Bears are opening their season week 1 on the road against the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, that's something that goes down a lot with these schedule releases. A lot of things get leaked beforehand. They tease it out a little bit.
Right.
But that's fine. And we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about strength of schedule. We're going to talk about the state of the AFC North, the state of the NFC South, so we can kind of size up the division and figure out how easy it's going to be for our teams to win it. All right.
And it's funny to me that they do that they leak stuff out because they leak the most exciting stuff, right? They leak primetime games, they leak the big matchups and everything. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to tune in on Thursday to find out when we play Tennessee. I don't care. I'm good on that.
Nigel said, I'm just realizing you guys are way older than me. Not that much older. Wait, we probably are older. Yeah,
we ain't that much older than Nitro.
Nitro.
He ain't
putting his age out there. No, he ain't no spring chicken.
You doing the Attitude Pop though. All right. Put it out there.
I didn't say Attitude Pop's age. I said when he started watching us. We've been doing this for a while now. We've been doing this for a while. When he started watching us, he was in high school.
Yeah.
And that's good. I like the different age range of people, So, all right. We're going to get this show started. We got a lot to discuss. But first, we like to start every show with a Black History fact. And B and Nicole have a Black History fact for you.
This week on the LBHT Black History Fact, we celebrate quite possibly the greatest figure in all of Black history. Born on the small Caribbean island of Puerto Rico on May 13, 1980, Jose Garcia has walked many paths and dabbled in many careers, from early diversions in boxing, football, and lacrosse, to later experiments in rap and the culinary arts. He still owes his brother a birthday cake from scratch, but that's not what this is about. Jose eventually settled into a military career in the Air Force. some say betraying the legacy of his parents who served proudly in our nation's Navy. After retiring, he continued his work in intelligence before pivoting to information technology. Don't be impressed. He admits he mostly Googles things. Spending years taking on any challenge in any field provided Jose with a wealth of life experience, which molded him into a leader, loyal friend, devoted father, and a man I'm lucky and proud to call my brother. Jose found his true calling over 5 years ago when he became the architect of the wildly popular YouTube channel Lunch Break Hot Take, providing entertainment to Flock Nation and inspiring many of his fellow creators. Jose has attacked podcasting with the same relentless energy and positivity that have made him successful in all his endeavors. It's no surprise that Jose has found followers, friends, and community in the YouTube space. Finding common ground with those from all walks of life has always been one of his gifts. Jose is the premier nano-influencer on YouTube, the spoiler of children, and one of the greatest friends or family members a person could wish to have. And today, we wish him a happy birthday.
That was good. You got me there. Thank you.
It took a while to find them pictures.
Yes, and you know what?
I wasn't gonna put them, but
you know what? That was double embarrassing for you too, because they're like, look at B as a baby. B was a cute baby.
I was gonna crop me out of it, but I'm like, nah, I can't.
No. You know what? I was that one where you're dressed up as Mickey Mouse. I was going to post that for your birthday. Okay, obviously B was Mickey Mouse in that picture. Do you know who I was? Who knows who I was dressed up as Halloween? B was obviously Mickey Mouse. Who was I dressed up as? And I thought I was the dopest person in the world. Which are you? And thank you, Nitro. Just so you know, I called it. You did call it.
Thank you, Nitro.
Who was I in that picture? So some of y'all might get it. Some of y'all might get it. That's the headband should give it away. The headband should give it away if you remember. All right. That movie had just come out. No, not Daffy Duck.
Daniel Falala.
You got the first part right. You got the first part right. Right? It was Daniel. Which Daniel?
That bully menace.
Yeah. Karate Kid, that's right. I knew she would get it. I was Daniel's son from the Karate Kid 2, Part 2. That movie just came out. I had seen it, and that made me want to take up karate. And our mom made our costumes from scratch, and she made that outfit, and I was the Karate Kid. Okay. Thank you, V. Thank you. That was funny. Yes. All right. Well, let's get this started. All right. Well, do you want to start with the state of the divisions, or we want to get into the schedule talk?
Let's start with the state of the divisions. I guess you can kind of talk about how how those teams are looking, and then why Carolina's going to go 6-0. Anyway,
this was before Dragonfly Jones, though. I look like a young Dragonfly Jones for sure. I did look like a young Dragonfly Jones. This is before Dragonfly Jones. I was Daniel's son, okay, from Karate Kid Part 2. All right. Okay, so what's it looking like in the NFC South?
I'll tell you what. In the NFC South, hope springs eternal, right? Because teams don't typically win that division 2 years in a row. People will laugh at this, but it's been one of the most successful divisions in the NFL since the realignment, right? All 4 teams have gone to the Super Bowl. 2 of them have won the Super Bowl. Tampa Bay's won a couple. But the fortunes of the teams in the NFC South tend to rise and fall pretty quickly, right? Yeah. Carolina's on the rise right now, and I do fully expect them to take the division this year. But listen, the team that finished last, New Orleans, they're having themselves a pretty decent offseason. They added a lot of offensive talent in the draft. It looks like they found at least a bridge quarterback in Tyler Shuck. I say a bridge because he's already a little bit older.
He's better than what I thought he would be.
He played very well last year. Now, whether or not he's the long-term answer, we'll see. But for right now, he's playing well enough to have that fan base pretty excited. Coaching an issue, I think, still. So I think that'll hold them down. That and the fact that the other two teams in the NFC South, Tampa Bay and Carolina, I think are in much stronger positions. Right, Tampa Bay, they did lose Mike Evans, but they kind of didn't have him already anyway. They're another team that had a pretty strong draft. They added Ruben Bay and they added Keontae Scott. And, they're coming back with obviously Chris Godwin, Ibuka. They have Bucky Irving in that backfield. It's a very, very strong roster. They look like they were running away with the division last year until just inexplicably they kind of fell apart midseason. So assuming they can get whatever internal things happen, fixed up. They did have some injuries, but that looked like a team that just kind of quit. Assuming they can get that turned around, they should be challenging Carolina for the division. We've talked about the Panthers a lot, and how they're being rebuilt by Dan Morgan and Dave Canales and Bryce Young's resurgence. I think that both those teams are in a better position than New Orleans right now. There is one other team in the division. They look like ass, though, if we're being honest. Atlanta has they have a lot of young talent.
I think, I'm not as down on Atlanta.
No. Here's the thing: they've got Bijan, right? One of the best. League, period.
Yes.
London. They've got Kyle Pitts. They have a decent O-line. They have a lot of young talent on defense, and they continued adding to that in the draft this year. Right, but they have Michael Penix, and then they signed Tua. So the question is, do you trust either one of them to even finish a season? And playing, do you trust them to play well? And the answer right now has to be no for both of them.
I like Michael Penix. The big question mark is, are you going to finish the season? That's the big question mark. I think. Obviously, Tua has shown you, right, that he can play. It's just a consistency thing at this point. And I think a change of scenery might be good for him.
Tua looks like a guy that the league has figured out, though. He looks like, McDaniel was doing a lot of smoke and mirrors in Miami. And, they had Tyreek Hill, they had Jalen Waddle, they had Devin Achane, and even Raheem Mostert before that. And, they were able to kind of have those playmakers carry that offense. And then as guys started to leave, guys started to age out, guys got hurt, Tua just couldn't do it. He looked like a shell of himself. And obviously he's had his own injury issues that hopefully are behind him. Those were some scary hits he was taking in Miami. But he does look like, or he has recently looked like a guy who just can't really do it at this level on a consistent basis. Like I said, maybe a change of scenery helps with that. A new coaching staff, change of scenery, new weapons, all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't bet on it at this point. If I were betting, I would bet on them maybe finishing third or fourth in the division.
Okay. So look, there's game too easy right there. Falcons fan says Mike is QB1.
Yeah, all right. For how long?
Listen, I like him too. I like Michael Penix. I think as long as he stays healthy, he's going to be good, and you guys will be competitive.
Solid 5 wins right there.
But I mean, at this point, like you do got a question, and maybe it's just been bad luck. That happens with injury sometimes. It's just been bad luck, and then he may not have any more problems moving forward. But they brought it to him for a reason.
Hopefully, we don't like to see anybody getting hurt, but this has gone back all the way to the beginning of his college career as well. Like, this isn't a recent thing. This has been who he is throughout his entire career. But that aside, he's just not been very good when he's playing either. So you can post those red exclamation points all you want, and those don't count for points, bro. Those don't put points on the board.
So Panthers win a division?
Absolutely.
I think
100%,
so.
100%. Especially if Jonathan Brooks is who we thought he was, because he is healthy now. He's been cleared to participate in offseason workouts. And I think that's what they've been waiting on at the running back position. Rico Dowdle was kind of a stopgap addition. Chuba Hubbard he's nice. He's a good player. He's a great locker room guy, good leader and all that, but he's not a special running back. They drafted Jonathan Brooks in the second round to be the guy. And if he's back to what he was at Texas, that's just another playmaker they can add on to the offense, along with Tetaroa and hopefully, Jalen Coker and Brassel Dazzle.
Yeah. So the division is younger overall, right? And I feel like
except for Chuck.
I mean he's younger. That's why I didn't say young. He's younger. but you see there's a lot of promise with these teams, right? Mm-hmm. But the Panthers started the process earlier than the rest of them. So
it's a polite way of saying they've sucked for longer. For those following along,
no. I mean, they started the process of like rebuilding their team. Rebuilding is a process, and I won't say Tampa's rebuilding, but it's kind of like they're kind of resetting a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's really your competition right there. But the Panthers have stacked their team well in this rebuilding process, and I think this is the year where they really take off. And I think those other teams are going to be better in the upcoming years. I think that's going to be a really strong division to compete with.
Yeah.
But for now, it's the Panthers division.
And as much as you maybe don't want to hear it, it's the most fun division in the league. Always. You never know what's happening in the South.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Like Game Too Easy says Drake London will have some say about that. Drake London is a beast.
About what? He'd been there. What he been saying about it so far?
And Tyreek says he wants Leggett for Bateman. You do not. Listen, Tyreek.
I don't know.
Trust me.
I don't know who says no or who says yes to that deal. Honestly,
I've watched enough of their games, and I've felt the pain. Not even as a Panthers fan, when he makes those drops, it hurts. I can only imagine as a Panthers fan watching him drop some of those passes.
But
listen, maybe this year the light switch flips on, but
people are still holding on. They're still keeping the faith. But it's like
that's a little wide receiver for a reason.
Well, I mean fans. The team's not.
Oh, yeah.
But the same thing with Bateman, right? Like you watched Bateman go out there and have nearly 800 yards and 9 touchdowns a couple years ago, and it's like finally. And then my man followed up with under 250. And you're like, I don't understand what's happening. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're good at football, bad at football. I don't know if you want to play. I don't know if you hate it here. Like there's nothing. He's a complete enigma. So like, I know that Bateman is a better receiver than Leggett 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a better receiver next year. I don't know if he's a better receiver the year after that. I know that 2 years ago he was. And that's all I got.
Yeah. But okay, we agree. Panthers win that division. It's a division that's on the come up, but not this year. Not this year. What's Nitro calling? He says he's calling it now. What are you calling? Kyler is nice. Are you talking about Minnesota? Minnesota's not in that division. We're talking about the NFC South, not the North. I just want to hear Leggett and Lamar have a conversation. That's what Tyreek said. Even Lamar will be like, yo, what did you say?
That'll break your brain, bro.
Oh, man.
That's how you got a deal. You can have them.
I'm gonna watch a replay, but I'm about to watch this Pistons game. Have a good stream, y'all. Hey, thank you. Thanks for coming through. Enjoy that. Appreciate that. Devon Achane got a new deal, 4 years, $68 million. Good for him. I am happy that these running backs are starting to get their money. I think B froze. Yeah, B froze. He'll come back. I hope. He did say there was a thunderstorm over there. But I'm glad that these running backs are starting to get their money again, because there was a time where it seemed like running backs were being phased out of the game, right? And it was when Saquon was fighting to get his money, and there was a couple other running backs that are trying to get their money, and there's a little bit of a holdout. There's a tiny bit, like they pump fake for a second, like, listen, we're not going to get any real contracts. We're just going to hold out. But they folded. But this is how the league works, right? It works in trends, in fads and whatnot. Like, for a minute, wide receivers weren't hot. It was a passing league. Now defense is coming back around, and you want to run the ball more, so they're more valuable. He's frozen again, but he'll be right back. It comes in twos. Don't worry about it. But you're seeing now that teams are valuing running backs a lot more, right? So, what's his name with the Jets has got a new deal. Saquon got a new deal not that long ago. And now Devon Achane got a new deal. Now B is back for real.
Yeah, I'm back. I got to stop you right there, though, because we did get a $50 cash app for my guy, Big B, who says, happy birthday, Jose. Thank you very much, Big B.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's dope. That's dope. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you. So, I was just talking about, Devon Achane's new deal, and how the running backs are getting paid again, because for a while they're trying to phase them out the game. It felt like, but.
Well, yeah, it's just, a lot of people played running back. Everybody wanted to be a running back. So there was a lot of talent at running back, right? And then they break down faster than other positions, and teams figured that out. And they're like, hey, we can replace you pretty easily, so they don't need to pay you. But like you were saying, the league goes in cycles. And we're coming back around to, a more defensive and power run type game, where the running backs are the focus and the engine of the offense. Excuse me, like, we're not there yet, but I mean that's kind of the direction that it's trending. So if you have a special running back or a guy who can make those kind of plays for you, you better lock him up.
Yep. And House is right. It says Gibbs and Bijan up next. They should crack 20 mil per. I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean they're beyond just running backs, right? They're just playmakers. I mean, even Achane as well. Achane's a pretty good receiver. Those guys, Bijan and Gibbs, they do everything out there. And if Detroit would let him, Gibbs would be over 2,000 yards a year.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but it's smart to preserve your running backs too, especially when you're making an investment. You don't want to wear them down. So,
and I'm happy the angry runner Isaiah Pacheco. Be stomping his way to, 4 yards a carry, maybe.
I like Isaiah Pacheco, man.
I like him too. He runs hard. He just doesn't run fast or forward very often.
All right, let's go over to the state of the AFC North, okay, where the Ravens preside. What's going on, Deanna? Says good evening, everybody. Happy birthday again, Jose. Thank you, Deanna. Thank you. I appreciate that. So how are we looking over there in the AFC North? Okay.
It's looking pretty good. Skies are clear in the AFC North. You are clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff.
You got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are just, again, not a bad team, right? Not a team that's lacking in talent all over the place, but a team that is begging a washed up Aaron Rodgers to come and quarterback them. And I'm just like, that can't work. And your other options are Will Howard, and now I believe they drafted Drew Aller, the kid from Penn State. Neither one of them are going to work out either. Just terrible all the way around.
Okay, so let's stick with that for a second. Why didn't they go after a quarterback at all? Because even if if Aaron Rodgers said, I'm definitely coming back, I'm re-upping with you, give you a 2-year contract, whatever, 1 year, 2 year, I'm definitely coming back. There's no question about it. You still need a quarterback.
You do. And you don't have Mike Tomlin anymore. That's the biggest change in the offseason, obviously.
Yeah.
Both the AFC North teams with the 2 longest tenured coaches shaking things up. Where Baltimore went young and exciting, Pittsburgh went old and with Mike.
I think Mike McCarthy's a good coach.
Mike McCarthy was a good coach. I don't know if he's a good coach in 2026.
He's John Harbaugh 1.0. I say that. I'll continue to say that. If you don't understand what I'm saying, look at their records. They are identical. He is John Harbaugh 1.0. But I think he's a solid coach.
Just Alex, what about Drew Aller? Is he any good? No, he's not. Pittsburgh they are a good team outside of that quarterback position. If I'm joking, but like we haven't seen Will Howard or Drew Aller play in the NFL. It's possible that one of them can kind of turn things around from what they looked like in college and be the guy. And if that happens, Pittsburgh's a team to watch out for. I don't think it's going to happen. The other teams, Cincinnati, they're putting a lot of focus into the defense this year. They woke up and they said, hey, you know what? We do need to play defense sometimes. What they forgot to do while they were ignoring their defense was fix their offensive line. So they are still going to be garbage. And Joe Burrow ain't getting any younger. Okay. He's not getting younger. He's not getting more physically stout. It's looking like a recipe for disaster again over there. Cleveland is Cleveland. They have a lot of talent. They added a lot of offensive firepower in the draft. A lot of people's favorite wide receiver, Casey Concepcion. I forget who the other one was that they drafted. Denzel Boston.
Oh, yeah.
They have Harold Fannin that they drafted last year. They've got Quinshon Judkins, who they picked up last season as well. And you're going to notice a theme here. The question in Cleveland is Shador or Deshaun Watson. And I think the answer is no either way. Like that's a bad question to have,
I'll say this, like Shador, we'll see. He showed you a little bit. There's a few moments you're like, yeah, there's something to work with there. A lot of it is how much is he going to mature as a player, right? Is he going to make better decisions with the ball? The throwing ability is there, obviously. It's really about decision making there, and how much did he grow this offseason, and how much better will he play with Todd Monken there? Like there's for everybody to say Shador didn't get a chance. He's got his chance now because Deshaun and I don't want to completely dismiss Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson just been hurt, right? I think he's been in his head the last few years, and the talent he has a talent. There's a reason why they gave up so much money and gave him a fully guaranteed contract, because he was one of the top quarterbacks in the league. If somehow he's 100% and he's like, I'm over all that stuff, I'm back, it's possible that you can get a little bit of the vintage Deshaun Watson, and that would be a problem for us too.
It would be, but the thing is, he forgot how to play before he got hurt. Like, I don't know what happened, but he showed up in Cleveland and he left his ability in Houston. And
I think a lot of off the field stuff affected him mentally.
I think it was all or mostly mental.
Yeah, I think so.
It could be. It could be. I'll tell you one thing, man. I completely forgot he was even on the roster until somebody mentioned that he was likely going to be the starting quarterback next year.
When they look at their cap space, they don't forget.
That's true. That is very true. But no, if Deshaun Watson were able to recapture what he had in Houston, he was an elite quarterback. He was one of the top quarterbacks in the league. And even right up until the season before he went to Cleveland, he was playing phenomenal football. So if he were able to recapture that would be a big problem for everybody in the AFC North. Because again, they have talent all over that roster. Myles Garrett just won Defensive Player of the Year, just broke the sack record. And he's got other guys on that D line with him. obviously. They have the running back now, I think, in Judkins. They added the receiving talent to go along with Jerry Jeudy. Like, they would be a very, very formidable opponent if they were able to get consistent quarterback play. But again, I think it's a long shot.
Yeah. So yes, I know we typically, even when they're bad, we split with one or two of these teams, but that was under the old regime. The new regime isn't going to play it that way. Like, Harbaugh had a lot of really bad tendencies, and he's had it his whole career. Before we even got on YouTube, these were things that Brodny would point out to me. And I used to be like, you guys, like, man, you're tripping. You're just hating. Like, what are you talking about? He won a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl, B.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, yeah, man, but he doesn't have his team prepared week in and week out. And ever since he said that, I saw it. Just games that we should absolutely be winning. And yes, that happens in football, but it was consistent with John Harbaugh throughout his career. It's just like, why do we keep struggling with in these games? It's because he just doesn't know how to make that team consistently get up for games week in and week out. That's just always been one of his weaknesses. And you see how his situational coaching is. That's not new under Lamar Jackson. He did that with Flacco too, right?
Yeah.
Everything just came together that year. We went to the Super Bowl, and we had players that didn't need to be told what to do, right? We had enough veterans on that team to where even if the wrong play is being called, they can be like, nah. Here's what that's literally what they did.
Yeah.
That's literally what they did. They had a team full of strong veterans that had a higher level of understanding of the game, right?
Yeah.
So they could overcome some bad situational coaching and make plays and win those games. So that's what happened.
You know what I love? I love the contrast between those guys like in Baltimore who would just change the play, right? And be like, hey, we know what we're doing. We're not running that. We're gonna do something else. And how people look at players like that as problems, right? Because you're disobedient essentially, right?
Yeah.
And then on the flip side is Aaron Rodgers, who everybody loved, who would literally back away from the huddle, like, where's my camera? And then make sure he was looking right in it and be like, that's a stupid effing call. And then just go run it anyway.
It's crazy. That's what he said about this coach. That's what he said about Mike McCarthy when they were in Green Bay.
That was LaFleur, I believe.
Was it? I could have sworn it was McCarthy.
I think it was. He didn't love Mike McCarthy either, but
No,
I think that particular thing was with LaFleur, I believe.
I remember that. You want to talk about diva. You want to talk about like a person that's a problem in the locker room. Like, you can't berate people like that. And he berate players too.
Yeah.
Like, when you're great, people let you get away with it,
Mm.
but that's not a good locker room culture, and what he's doing right now, like, I hate that. Like, you're not even good enough to do that.
Right.
You're not good enough just to hold a team hostage and be like, I'll let you know when I'm ready to give you an answer.
Right.
Excuse me? What Aaron Glenn did in New York was absolutely the right call. Now, look, the Jets, not a lot went right for him, but that was the right decision. Hey, man, we want you back. Are you going to come back? I'll think about it. Yeah, we can't wait. We'll see you later. We go another direction. Yeah. Absolutely. Do not hold things up for that man. Okay.
Right. He's not Aaron Rodgers, out there completing Hail Marys at 80% anymore. Like, he's just an a-hole now.
Yeah. So yes, I think the Ravens, they run away with that division.
I'm so excited to see Pittsburgh fans' reaction to their first losing season in almost 20
forever.
Years. Yeah. Because I'm not even saying that like, oh man, I can't wait to laugh at them. Like, it's not even a bad thing. They need to be bad. They need to get their next quarterback, right? Like, that's been a big part of the problem recently, is that they weren't prepared for Ben Roethlisberger to retire. And how could you be? You weren't drafted high enough to get a replacement, right? And they've just been kind of keeping it together. But man, if they really go out there and they go in the tank, and then you got to deal with, I don't think Arch Manning looks all that great, but you got to, him or Dante Moore or whoever it is coming in there to be the new quarterback of the Steelers going into a new era, that would be great for them.
Yeah, Tyree says Steelers may tank this year. How would Steeler fans feel about that, though?
Yeah.
I am curious to see that. Like, Suge, you're in the chat still, I think. How would you feel if the Steelers was like, look, we're not trying to win. We trying to lose. That's why we brought in Mike McCarthy. Well, one, okay, even that's not the case. I think Mike McCarthy is a solid coach. Would you be mad at the season? Would you be like, yeah, Mike McCarthy sucks. He's got to go. Knowing that Aaron Rodgers is 65 years old and can't move anymore, and it's just you don't have Mike Tomlin there, right? There's a clear difference. You could think what you want about Mike Tomlin. There's a clear difference between Mike Tomlin and Mike McCarthy. Like Mike McCarthy's not going to work the same miracle as Mike Tomlin did.
I would think it was hilarious also if Mike McCarthy got the black coach treatment, where they come in there and they did take it. They won 3 games and then they fired him and they were like, let's go get our young offensive coordinator.
Well, you're talking about the architects of the Rooney Rule in the Steelers. They'll fire him for a black coach too.
Yeah,
a little reparations going on there. Okay. All right, let's get over to we got a super chat from DHawk04. Thank you. Says salute. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Salute to you. Let's go over. Oh, Love West, what's going on? Says they're not going to tank. They made too many offseason acquisitions to tank, and they're doing good in every single position except QB and running back. Those are 2 major positions.
Yeah, QB is the most important position in the sport, my man. Like think about that, because people would laugh at Tampa Bay, right? And they weren't very good before Tom Brady got there, and then he showed up and they won a Super Bowl. Like, it makes that big of a difference because they had talent there too. Yeah. It's just a lot of times if you don't have the guy at quarterback and you're getting poor play out of that position, it doesn't really matter what other talent you have. But if you fix that spot, then you can really take off.
But I hear what he's saying. Like, maybe they're not trying to tank. Maybe they think they can compete. If Aaron Rodgers comes back.
I don't think they're trying to tank. I'm just saying.
But there are different ways to tank. Like, you can acquire talent. Because if you think, hey, all we need is the quarterback. Let's, we get these other pieces in here, and then the quarterback will take us there. We'll tank for the year and get the quarterback that we need, and then we have everything else in place. You can acquire talent and develop that talent while you're tanking.
Yeah. But no, I don't think Pittsburgh is trying to tank. I think that they believe. I mean, they won 10 games last year with Aaron Rodgers, right? I think they believe if we get him in here, we'll be back in the playoffs and all that. I just don't think it's true. But I think they believe it.
Yeah. Now, well, I was going to ask, why did they usher Mike Tomlin out just to bring in Mike McCarthy? But Tomlin quit.
Yeah.
They didn't fire him. He quit. But the fans were ready for Tomlin to go. But are you that excited about Mike McCarthy? I just don't think he's going to do any better. In fact, I think he's going to do worse.
Yeah, I think he's going to do worse.
Okay. So tomorrow night, the schedule release. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're all, even though we know the opponents, and we're about to go over the opponents for each of our teams, knowing when these games go down matter, right? We like the schedule matters, bye weeks and all that stuff. And even just for our planning, what game is going to be played when? Can we make it to that game? Are we going to travel anywhere? I know the big talk is about the Ravens playing the Cowboys in Rio. We will not be attending that for that cost, for that price.
That's the misguided talk. The people who know are talking about Baltimore, Carolina. Okay,
there you go. That's what
we're worried about the Cowboys.
That's where the real action's at.
That's right.
They got Rico at running back. They're straight. Rico Dowdle went to the Steelers.
Yeah,
he's a solid running back.
He's all right. He's a
solid running back. He's not a lead back though.
No,
but that's all right.
Especially if they don't have their offensive line together. If the offensive line is not together, then Rico's not really going to do anything at all. They
did try in the draft, from what I heard.
They sure did.
The Ravens took him. Well, actually, they did get somebody.
They drafted several linemen.
They drafted Ian Archer. That he's a good tackle, I think.
But I think they drafted one or two others, I thought. But I mean, they've been trying to get the
Whoa.
together.
We got a $50 super chat from Tony. Tony, thank you so
Wow.
much, man.
Thank
you.
you.
It's Brodny, Jim Brown, Jose. Is that cake? Birthday cake?
Yes.
Great job,
fellas.
fellas. Excellence. Thank you. Tony.
What about Jim Brown?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Put it in the chat. What about Jim Brown?
Yeah, what happened with Jim Brown? But everybody showed Tony some love. All right. You can like super chats now. So if anybody does super chat, make sure you hit the like button on there. And
Nice.
you can even comment on the super chat. So show love to everybody that's giving super chats tonight. And appreciate all of y'all, man. This has been a great day. Really appreciate y'all. Okay. Love West says, obviously Aaron, not the same guy, but I think they hope that the talent around him can elevate his game where he is decent enough to win games. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they believe. I'm sure that's what they're hoping. I'm not sure that's going to be the case. Yeah. But yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Okay. So previewing tomorrow's schedule release, we have the list of opponents and we're going to go over them and we'll do a little quick mock prediction, right? Mock prediction. We've given you guys an early and reckless prediction on the season. Okay. We haven't given you our official predictions yet. You questioned my Jim Brown first pick last week.
I'll go over this real quick.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So listen, obviously Jim Brown was one of the greatest to ever play in the NFL and all that. But what we were doing is, if you don't know, we talked about it. We kind of teased it last week or the week before. We did an all-time draft. Jose, myself, Hendo, and Ferris, and we picked 11 starters on offense, 11 starters on defense. Jim Brown, we went undrafted in that. And Tony said you would take him first. And I guess I don't know if I laughed or made a comment or whatever. It's a couple things. One, I'm not a fan of Jim Brown personally. I think he was a terrible person. That's. But if we're talking about just on the field, also, I don't want to say not a fan of him on the field, but I think that he's one of those guys. I personally just don't believe he would hold up as well. Not saying he would be bad in this era, but a big part of what made him who he was he was as big or bigger than the defensive players who were trying to tackle him, right? Yeah. So he wouldn't have that advantage today. Now, and that's not to say that he couldn't be great. I mean, you look at it, I look at him and I think, maybe a Derrick Henry, right? And Derrick Henry's a great running back. Derrick Henry's a Hall of Fame running back, but nobody's calling Derrick Henry the greatest running back of all time.
Yeah. I think he will hold up today. Like he's one of those, like it's hard to tell, right? Because he played so long ago and they didn't measure athletes the way that we measure them now. So it's really hard to tell, right? But just listening to stories that people tell, and look, you can't always trust what people say, but I tend to believe those stories, right? Like we knew he was a multi-sport star. Like he was great at lacrosse too. I think he played something else, like he was just a great athlete. And I feel like that would transition to today's sport. But look, man, when it's 4 teams drafted, right? And you look at the other players that are there and what kind of team you're trying to build. Like, look, if you said, hey, I'm taking Jim Brown, I wouldn't say that was a bad pick. I wouldn't say that. But look, you'll see the teams. You'll see the teams, and then you'll say, all right, I hear you. All right. Just Al says with modern tech and nutrition and travel, Jim Brown would probably be as big as Derrick Henry is now. Yeah.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I kind of envision him as a Derrick Henry. And again, not to take anything away from Derrick Henry, he's a Hall of Fame back, but you're not saying Derrick Henry's the greatest running back who's ever played.
Yeah. Where would you rank Derrick Henry all time? He's great. There's no question about that.
Yes, Rawbone. Warbone. I'm sorry, Rawbone. Warbone. Derrick Henry is absolutely a Hall of Famer.
100%. Yes. And Kurt, thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Thank you. But yes, let's. I was
gonna say, you gotta remember, Derrick Henry he moved into, I believe, into the top 10, or I forget where he is right now in rushing yards all time.
Yeah.
And he did it spending his first couple years as a backup to DeMarco Murray.
That's right.
And also in an era where running backs don't get carries like that. He's unique in this era. So absolutely, Derrick Henry's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. So next week is when we're going to reveal. Next week is going to be a fun week. It's going to be a fun week. We're going to reveal. We're going to do it in 2 parts, right? We're not going to do all of it in one night. We'll do the offense the first week.
Thank you, House.
He's 10th. Okay, thank you, House. We'll do offense the first week, and then we'll do defense the second week. We're going to reveal the draft picks. It's going to be a blind reveal, so you're not going to know who picked who. It's just going to say team 1, team 2, team 3, team 4, right? And then we will just show you who drafted what. All right. That's going to be on next week's show. That should be a lot of fun. And you guys can pick that apart. Right. But I'm going to ask y'all, like, you guys, we all say, this person is the greatest. This person was better than this person, whatever. But this is an all-time draft. You can draft anybody at their peak, right? In their prime. Who are you drafting?
It's funny because I think it was a good experience doing that, right? Because when you say at their peak, right, we're not talking about their full career. No. So that opens it up, because I'm thinking about, like, you can wait on certain things and draft guys who were kind of one-offs, right? Like, if I waited till my very last pick and I took Mark Gastineau, that doesn't hurt my pass rush at all. His peak was 22 sacks. Right. His peak was one of the greatest seasons ever for a pass rusher. And so that kind of brings in that strategy, and I think that'll come into play more when we do the NBA all time. You are absolutely correct, War. Barry is the greatest running back of all time, 100%. And I gotta say, I respect that coming from a Cowboys fan, because they all just default to Emmett because all the people up in front of him paving the way. But it was absolutely Barry.
Yeah. So that's going to be a fun conversation next week. That's for next week, though. But let's do Panthers opponents first, Adelia. Let's do Panthers opponents. All right. There you go. Nice graphic right there. You got your NFC South opponents, and then you play the Lions, you play the Bears, you play us, you play Bengals. So you're playing the AFC North.
No, they're not playing the Lions.
Yeah.
Where? Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. It was camouflage there for a second, because
yes, yeah.
But yeah, Lions, Bengals, Bears, Ravens, Bengals, Seahawks,
and Broncos. Those are your home opponents. Yeah. And then away, outside of NFC South, you got Vikings, Packers, Steelers, Browns, and Eagles. Yeah. So you're playing the AFC North, and you're playing the NFC North.
Yeah. Okay. It's a pretty tough schedule. It is, especially those home games. Detroit, Chicago, Baltimore, but Seattle, Denver, like that is a very, very, very tough stretch. Green Bay on the road is very, very tough.
You beat them last year.
Philly on the road also very, very tough. So they are not getting any breaks this season.
No. But you know what? But it's not just you guys that got to play the AFC North. It's going to be the rest of the division has to play AFC North, right?
That's right. That's why it's good they're going 6-0 in division. And then they'll pick up a couple wins outside.
These beatdowns will be equal. It will spread out amongst the rest of the division.
8-9, 9-8. I don't see them doing much. Whatever, Kwame. All right, it's fine.
Well. Kwame, those two things don't go together. If they go 9-8, they win in the division. That's what happened last year, right?
They won it at 8-9 last year,
right? So. 8-9 or 9-8. Take your pick. They're winning the division.
Right. Yeah. No, but seriously, if we look at it, you can't really predict division games generally, but outside of the division, I think they get Cleveland. I think they beat Pittsburgh. I think they beat Cincinnati. I do think they're going to beat Chicago week 1. Chicago's bringing in a new offensive coordinator. I think they'll be able to get them. Outside of that, like it's a toss-up. There's a lot of really tough games on this schedule. Obviously they can beat Green Bay. They've done it. They can, I think, beat Denver. Denver offensively is not a team that I'm really afraid of. They're a very efficient team. They've got a fantastic defense. But and my apologies to Adelia, Bo Nix isn't scaring me. I'm sorry. He's not really.
What happened to him at the end of the year? Is he even going to be available early on?
He'll be all right. Yeah, that injury wasn't like a year-long injury. He just knocked him out for the playoffs. But yeah, no, I looking at the schedule, I like him too. I'm just not afraid of him. Looking at the schedule, I do think that I think they're going to be better on the road than at home, honestly. looking at these teams. But I think that this is a division championship year for Carolina. And that should be the standard for them. They're rebuilding. They've got the quarterback. They've put in a lot of work on both lines. They think they've got the weapons right now. And listen, yeah, those teams are good, but you're supposed to be good too. You got to go win. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about beating Kyler Murray or JJ McCarthy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. And listen to Adelia, 107 watching. Appreciate that. But only 60 likes. Let's get those likes up. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Yes, please and thank you.
And I don't think, obviously Denver, Seattle, they have elite defenses last year. Carolina, I don't necessarily think they're going to be that, but they're going to be much, much improved on that side of the ball.
Yeah,
I think top 10 is not out of the question. I think that's where they end up defensively. So, they're going to just have to see if they can get the offense kickstarted, right? And that comes down to Bryce continuing to improve, Jalen being healthy. The new play caller kind of getting in there and getting hitting the ground running, because Dave Canales is giving up play calling duties, and just continuing to evolve on that side of the ball. They think they've got the playmakers now. I hope they go out and try to find a starting tight end still, but outside of that, they should be good. If Jonathan Brooks stays healthy as well, they should have everything that they need, and hopefully they won't need to score too much every week to get wins with the work they've put in on defense.
Yeah, yes, you can look at this schedule and say, man, there's some tough teams on this schedule. But what the Panthers have done, I mean, they've been very up and down, very hot and cold.
Yeah.
But when they're hot, they'll beat the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
They did that last year. And even the year before, they almost beat the Eagles. Both times. They almost beat the Eagles and the Chiefs. They were one Xavier Legette catch away from major upsets. And they can and thank you, Big Cuz. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Appreciate that. Show Big Cuz some love in the chat. One Xavier Legette catch away. That's crazy. Yeah. But they've also showed, especially last year, they showed the ability to go on a road and beat you in your house.
Right.
Like I'm looking at the Packers game. They're like Green Bay. We love Green Bay.
and
I like cheese.
The other thing too is, and this happens every year, all these teams aren't going to be as good as we think they are.
Yeah. That happens. That definitely happens. But regardless, some of these teams we know are going to be. I mean, there's going to be good. The Seahawks are going to be good. I think Denver's going to be good. Eagles are going to be good. Like some of these teams are just going to be good. We know.
Are they? They don't have AJ Brown anymore. Okay, they can't.
They drafted Mekhi Lemon.
They can't seem to control Jalen Hurts. Apparently, that's the talk out there. The coaches can't get him to do what they want him to do. Like
when we covered the draft, and coach was looking at their roster to see what they had needs at,
where their weaknesses were,
and they had none. That is the most frustrating thing to see.
Right.
They are stacked everywhere. They get rid of AJ Brown, they immediately get Mekhi Lemon. That is crazy.
Yeah.
The Eagles are trying to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you're serious about winning, you can do things like that. You can keep your team stacked. So, all right, but yes, this is just a quick little, just throw a number out there. How many wins?
All right, let me count them up here.
This isn't official. This is just, we'll do our official picks later, but just a quick glance at it. What do you say, Chad? How many wins here? The Panthers have gotten better and better each year. They've shown the ability. They almost beat the Rams last year in the playoffs. They almost beat them twice. They beat them in the regular season, and they almost beat them in the playoffs.
You know what? Y'all are going to think I'm crazy. I'm going to give them 11.
Okay. Look who's here. Rock is here. Hey,
What's up, Rock?
Good? Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Rock?
Thank you for the birthday love. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. 11 wins.
Give them 11. Yep. Giving them 11. I think they're going to beat Detroit. I don't like the way that team's trending, really. I think that they lost a lot when they lost both their coordinators, Glenn and Ben Johnson. You know, and not saying that they won't be good, but I think they're beatable. You know, obviously they're going to beat Baltimore. I mean, come on.
Whatever.
Let's be
2
real.
wins. 2 wins.
Seattle is an interesting one because I don't think that Sam Darnold keeps it going, playing at a high level, and also they lost Kenneth Walker. Who knows if Jadarian Price can fill those shoes, and Zach Charbonnet coming off of a torn ACL, so they're not even going to have the 1-2 punch probably at least early in the season. You know.
Yeah. Well, the chat seems to agree with you. Warbone agrees with you, B.
Thank you, Warbone.
Big Boy agrees, 11 wins. Park Heights Pat says 11 wins if Bryce plays well again. Yeah, yes. I think he will. Rainmaker says checking in on night show. Panthers get 11 wins. Ravens 12. Okay.
Listen, we take a look at that schedule. The Ravens might get 16. I don't know. We'll
take a look. We'll see. Noah says at best 11 wins, at worst 9. Okay. Either one of those scenarios, they win a division, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Big Cuz says 10. Look, people are high on the Panthers. I'm gonna say 11. Yeah, I'm gonna say 11 because they're another team too. Like they could have won at least 2 more games last year had they did what I told them to do, which is take the preseason seriously. You're playing less preseason games, and you're rebuilding your team. You're not a veteran team that can just not take that seriously. You have to get started early, and fast, right, to get that momentum. Because once they hit their stride, that's when they started, pound on some wins, and they lost a couple of games that they shouldn't have lost. So to get off to how to start this year, absolutely 11 wins.
I'll say this also: I'm not big on like rivalries and oh man, I hate that team. Like whatever. Like you're the Falcons, I don't care. But thanks to Game Too Easy, you better not lose to the Falcons. And after watching what happened last year, you better beat the hell out of New Orleans twice.
Yeah,
because they had no business losing either one of those games. So I 11 wins, and I'm saying that you're getting 4 or 5, hopefully 5 coming out of the division alone. Maybe they split with Tampa, but you better beat New Orleans and Atlanta both times.
Okay, Monty thinks maybe a Ravens and Panthers Super Bowl. Oh,
nice.
Okay.
Y'all will start sweating then because it come down to one game from my prediction. You'll be like, Kyle Hamilton, you're our only hope.
This channel would blow up. There's only one Ravens and Panthers YouTube channel in existence. Only one. All right, let's go over to the Ravens opponents.
Yes. I like the way that Baltimore did this. Like they won the schedule reveal. These logos are much bigger. Appreciate that, guys.
Look, it was a very nice, the 26, and then the Panther creeping through in between the numbers and the graphic. That was cool, but they forgot to put the opponents on there, and they kind of put them in there at the last. Like, I forgot. Let me just put these people in here.
Oh, and thank you very much, Jay. We got a cash app. He says, "Happy birthday, Jose. Enjoy your cookies."
Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Yes, don't know. It was revealed a couple years ago that I love cookies, chocolate cookies, all different kinds of cookies. We had a whole 15-minute conversation about different types of cookies I love and what your favorite cookies are. And we were donating to the cookie fund for my birthday, and it was greatly appreciated.
And let me tell y'all, don't let Jose lie to you. A cookie is just a delivery system for the chocolate. If you watch the Black History Fact, you saw him holding up a 5-pound Hershey bar. That was real. Yeah. That was and Jose loves chocolate.
I love chocolate.
I don't care how it gets to him. Jose loves chocolate.
I love cookies too. Yeah. Chocolate chip cookies. Yes, that's perfect. Perfect combination. Perfect combination.
So Baltimore away. Obviously you've got your division opponents, but then you're playing Houston, Indianapolis, Atlanta, Carolina, Buffalo, Dallas on the road. at home, Jacksonville, Tennessee, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, and the LA Chargers. I was joking when I said 16. Now I'm kind of worried. Does not seem very formidable at all. But you never know.
Because damn, Jose, you talking about for the 5-pound chocolate? Man, I do love chocolate. I do love chocolate. And yes, I ate it. Not in one sitting. I can't crush it like I used to, but yes, I love chocolate that much. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's funny, right? With the players that we have now.
Yeah.
If John Harbaugh's a coach, we look at the schedule, we're like, oh man, I don't know.
I'm like, that's a Tennessee loss.
Right.
Home team you should beat. Yeah, that's a Raven special.
And I don't want to keep bringing his name up. I kept saying I'm not going to bring his name up anymore. But with Jesse Minter here and the new coaching staff, they're re-energized, man. They're re-energized. And a team that has talent and confidence is hard to stop, right? Mm-hmm. And you're looking at these players or these opponents, and it's just like us on our A game, they can't see us. Love West says, I don't even think it's a hot take with the opponents on the Ravens schedule. There should be no reason why the Ravens should not be the number 1 seed if we're serious this year, at least. Yeah.
No, that's true. Especially you consider the KC is not going to be necessarily in the running with Pat coming off of that torn ACL.
Why Buffalo on the road? I'll tell you why Nigerian Nightmare, because I'm going to beat them in their house. Because we embarrassed ourselves last time. Listen, man. I was loving the first 3 quarters last year in their home. They were throwing trash at Derrick Henry. They were disgusted by this man. Like, look, they can talk trash now, but they were sick to their stomachs because it's like, yo, what do we have to do to stop this man? Derrick Henry, all he's done since he's been in Baltimore is run all over them. Tony, thank you. Tony. Wow.
Go get you some cookies, Jose. Share them with, I like that part, Tony. Share them with B. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll share. Thank you. Show Tony some love in the chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yes. Listen, I want the best teams. I want the teams I think they're the best, and I want to beat them in their house. Right. Yes. Hell yeah. I want to beat Buffalo in their house. I want to embarrass Josh Allen, and I like Josh Allen, but I want to embarrass him this year. Okay,
man.
The Texans, I like the Texans too, but we need to get back.
Right. The Texans are a little worrisome just because of that pass rush, but they ain't got nothing else going on.
That defense can hit.
Yeah,
good Lord, they can hit.
Ain't got nothing else going on though. I don't know. I hope CJ Stroud bounces back. I really do. I like CJ Stroud a lot.
The Texas game will be tough.
It has been ugly recently for him.
Yeah. The Cowboys game that's in Rio.
That's not tough.
Listen, that game, I'm telling you right now, and Warbone is watching, that game is going to be a battle of attrition. Okay. Who can show up sober? Who can show up? Who's the least partied out over there? That's what
it's 50-50 whether George Pickens is even playing for the Cowboys at that point.
Who's gonna be up and ready to play that game in Rio? All right. It's gonna be hard to focus in Brazil. So that was a toss-up. I'll give you that one. Colts not worried at all. Are the not worried at all. Like the Bengals, I think probably give me the most concern because you have an excellent QB and 2 of the best.
Yeah, Joe, Jamar, and T, they can just pop up and kill you any day. But yeah, as a team, they are not frightening.
No. No. The Titans, no. New Orleans, no. Bucks.
Tampa's a good team, but they're not a top tier team. And again, you got to see how they bounce back from whatever that was last year.
Yeah, Jaguars are tough. They're a tough team, but not a scary team.
No, they're not. The Jaguars are the kind of team that meets you at midfield and like, we're going to make you work to beat us.
Yeah.
But you're going to beat us.
I'm going to say 14 wins right now. This is just 14 wins just because new coach, there might be, a couple of a week here or there where you're still trying to iron things out. And once we hit our stride, that's just it. Nobody's going to beat us. And the difference this year between when it's happened before and now is that we'll keep it going in the postseason. Like if we get high and we look like the team to beat, that's not going to change in the postseason. This coaching staff is going to be ready for any of these opponents. And let's just be real. Like the teams that end up in the playoffs, we should be able to do the same thing to those guys as well. So
I'm looking at it and saying I'm at 12 right now with the Bills and the Chargers left. I'm going to just say you split those and get 13.
Should have says not getting 14 wins. You couldn't even get 9 last year. I see 7 wins at most. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Put your glasses on.
Kwame says 1 guaranteed loss against the Browns, of course. We didn't lose to the Browns last year, though. Lost to the Steelers.
I gave them losses to the Steelers and the Bengals just because. But yeah, I'm giving 13.
You know what?
No, Shug, I don't need to put my glasses on. You see, notice how I read your comment from over here. All right, but you only see 7 wins. Okay.
I think we might sweep the division this year.
It's possible.
It's something that couldn't be done with Harbaugh, but with Minter.
That is true. You know what? No, it's 14 because I keep thinking about the Steelers with Mike Tomlin. He's not their coach anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, so
it's going to be a cold world in Pittsburgh. You said that last year, Jose. Different coach, different coaches. You got a different coach. We have a different coach. And yes, I'm going to say it every year, just like you say it every year. Did you say you could win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers? How'd that work out? Did you say you could win with Kenny Pickett? How'd that work out?
He said they could win with Will Howard too.
That's right.
He doesn't even properly know Will Howard's name, but he still says
Adelia says it depends on how the players respond to Minter and his coaching staff. I think the floor is 11 wins and the ceiling is 14. Okay, yep. Agreed.
Very reasonable. Because you do have to take that into account. It is a whole new coaching staff and a good amount of turnover on the roster, especially the O-line. A whole new interior O-line. You got to expect that Ronnie is going to, maybe be a little worse again than he was previously. So there are those concerns. But like you said, right now everybody's flying high. Everybody's happy. The vibes are great. So we're going 14.
Yeah. Hey. Shout out to Kabashi. He says, I want to watch this show, but I also want to save it for work tomorrow morning. He says, screw it. I'll listen to music at work tomorrow. Hey, salute to you. Salute to you. You can listen to the show again. Okay.
Yeah.
We have been talking about extending the morning show to 5 days a week. No promises yet. No promises. But that's something that me and Hendo from the get-go were like, we'll test it out through 3 days a week, and if we get a good reception, we'll extend it to 5. Hendo I think is ready to extend it to 5 days a week. My reservation is that Thursday morning, right? Because Wednesday is I'm prepping 3 shows. Do the morning show, do this show, and then the overtime show. If you haven't been a part of the overtime show, that's a great show. Patreon.com/LBHTShow. And there you go, Kabashi. You can sign up. It's as low as $5. You got $5 in your pocket, go to Patreon.com/LBHTShow, sign up to the overtime show, and then just play that tomorrow morning. All right. Because that's what we do after this show. And we get into all kinds of different discussions.
And speaking of the Patreon, right now we do have a second Dynasty League that we just started up. There are 5 open spots if you are interested in playing fantasy football this year and you want to get into a Dynasty League. The invite league is posted in our Discord, but if you join up and you want to play, you can just message us and we'll send you the invite. Once we get that league full, we're going to go ahead and draft and decide on the rules and all that. We're going to do a collaborative thing with that one. But yeah, if you're interested in fantasy football and you have joined Patreon, hit us up. We'll get you the link and we'll crush you this upcoming season.
Yeah. But yeah, all right. 14 wins for me. 14 for B.
Yeah.
11 to 14 for Adelia. All right. That's what it is. Kabashi says ceiling is 17, floor is 11. Okay.
He didn't notice that you playing Carolina. That's all right though. That's okay. Y'all are happy. I don't want to ruin
it. All right. And before we conclude this discussion, let's pull up the strength of schedule.
I can't wait to see all them 6'4" receivers with Chandler Rivers on them.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
All right. So this is the NFL. They put this out, the strength of schedule for all the teams. And we're closer to the bottom. We're ranked like 26, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we are ranked. It is 32 teams. Yeah, we are ranked 25th. And the Panthers, they're 1, 2, 3, 4,
10th, I believe.
10th.
Yeah.
10th hardest schedule.
Mm-hmm. And you notice the Bears are number 1 because everybody heard they opened against Carolina.
Yeah,
so they starting out 0-1.
Do we play the Chiefs? No, we don't play the Chiefs, Kwame. We don't play the Chiefs this year, which is crazy because they always find a way to put us against the Chiefs. So, and I think looking at the opponents that we just read off, that feels pretty accurate. It feels like the Panthers have a much tougher schedule, and the Ravens. It's going to be fun. I mean, look, the Titans, Texans, Lions, Falcons, Colts, Bengals, Saints, and Browns have an easier schedule. I need to look at their schedule. It was easier than what we got.
Look at the bottom there. You got Cleveland, New Orleans, Cincinnati, the Falcons. Like all of our division opponents just bunched up at the bottom. It's unfair. It is unfair.
The Lions they're gonna come back strong.
You're waiting for me to respond to what, Kwame?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead and repost it. I didn't say.
Yeah, put it in the chat again. Sorry, Kwame. 14 for the Panthers.
I didn't say 14 for the Panthers.
He said 11.
Yeah.
He said 11. Cam Newton is back.
I said 14 for Baltimore.
Yeah. 14 for Baltimore. 11 for the Panthers is what he said. I think there were a couple people that said 14 in the chat though. So, and thank you, Darius. Thank you for the birthday shout out. Appreciate that.
What's up, Darius?
Yeah. He said, 11 is feasible. See, he agrees. And Kwame, 11 in the NFC South, you run away with the division.
We like kings.
Yeah.
If we gonna win 11 in the NFC South, we only gonna win 10 because we ain't playing the last week.
But honestly, 11 wins with that schedule, pretty good.
Yeah.
That
would be very impressive.
Yeah. And they get a home game, and the Rams found out last year they are tough at home in the playoffs.
And you know what else too? And I saw, granted, it was just projections because the actual schedule hasn't come out, so you don't know the exact distances every week. But Carolina is traveling less than anyone else in the NFL. They are 32nd in miles traveled this year, is the projection. So that's always a plus. Not having to take those long flights, not going cross country and all that. Definitely, not going overseas. So that'll work in their favor.
This is an easy question here from Warbone. Who has the best coach in the AFC North? The Ravens.
He hasn't coached a game yet.
He has, just not as a head coach.
Yeah, as I said, he hasn't coached a game yet. So
right now, as head coach,
right now, as of right now, it has to be Mike McCarthy. Week 1, it will be Jesse Minter. We gotta be fair. Gotta be fair to Mike. All right.
Yeah. Mike he's a solid coach. He's done a lot of winning, and he's got a Super Bowl on his resume.
He has. We talked bad about him. People weren't excited about the hire and everything, but he has won a lot of games in the NFL.
Yeah. So yes, the Steelers right now, as of right now, the Steelers. We like to project things here, and we feel good about our team, but he has to go out there and prove it. So yes, I'll give it to the Steelers. Definitely the Bengals.
It depends on what you're looking
really
for in a
what
head
it is.
coach, though, because again, much like John Harbaugh, my man is a survivor. Okay,
Yeah, he is. Okay, time for the poll.
let's do it.
Okay, so we told you guys that we're gonna start doing this every week. We post a question. We posted it on Sunday. I teased it out on Monday, right? And you had up until today to vote on a poll. Where do you vote on our poll? It's in our newsletter. The newsletter, if you're not signed up, you go to lbhtshow.com, scroll down to the bottom, put your email address in there, and the newsletter comes out every Monday at noon, at lunchtime. Okay.
Yes. And thank you very much to Adelia, who's running the newsletter, doing a fantastic job of making sure that gets out every Monday right on time. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
thank you. Yes, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. So the question was, which sports movie best represents its sport?
And the picks were for hockey, Miracle. For basketball, it was, which one do we pick for basketball? Oh, Blue Chips.
Blue Chips.
For football, Friday Night Lights, and for baseball, Moneyball. Which, I mean, that one I probably should have voted for that one because they lost constantly. But let's go ahead and put up the results. Friday Night Lights in a landslide. It is the correct answer. Fantastic movie, by the way.
Nobody voted for Moneyball. Yeah, you know what it is like these are all, well, I said Blue Chips. That's 100% made up, but fictional. But the rest of them are based on true stories.
Yeah.
But Friday Night Lights, I mean, it really made you feel like Moneyball had a little comedic element to it.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Chips, I didn't personally like the movie, but it was well represented, I think, in terms of how college sports worked. And Miracle, everybody knows what Miracle is. But Friday Night Lights, that really represents how high school football is in the South.
Yeah.
How serious they take it. And it is kind of jarring, if you didn't really know what it was like. But you have whole towns closed down for football games. You got parents that abuse their kids to because they're not performing on the football field.
Yeah. And particularly for the time that it was set in, you had Boobie Miles, who one hit changed the entire course of his life. Right.
Yeah.
He tore his ACL and he could not play again. Like that thankfully is a bygone era. Guys come back from ACLs, they come back to 100%, they keep going. But at that point, and you tore up your knee, you had to find a job.
Yeah. But thank you everybody that participated. Look, we got to get these numbers up though, right? The newsletter is new, and we know everybody's not hip to what we're doing yet, but we're going to keep doing this every week. So LBHTShow.com, go over there, sign up, right? The next poll will come out on Monday, and we'll tease it out. I might tease it out a little bit early. I'll tease it out on Sunday. Maybe I'll put it out on Saturday. We'll come up with the questions, and we'll tease the questions and or the question, and then be ready for it on Monday. The newsletter will come out. You go in the newsletter, scroll down a little bit, and vote in the newsletter. Click on a poll. And look, it's to get you guys to sign up for the newsletter. There's a lot of stuff in the newsletter. You guys always want to know when the next video is coming out, what's coming out already. We have stuff for us, obviously. Let's Get Ready Network, Coach Evans from Sip Tally Films, Hendon from the Road Pod, like the whole crew. Like that information will be in there. So there's a lot of stuff in that newsletter for you guys to check out. And it's free. It's free. So sign up. All right. Submitted questions. Do we have questions? I posted it a little late. We do?
We do. We have a few questions. One of them a little odd.
Okay.
From the list of it, but we'll go through it. Let's see. We have one from Urban. We'll save that one for last.
Okay.
This one from Big Woke says, "Here's an idea. EDC didn't want to pay Linderbaum $27 million a year, but what if he took that money and paid two really good guards like David Edwards and Isaac Samalu? Samalu makes $10 million a year, and Edwards makes $17 million a year. That fixes the guard situation, which frees him up to take Bain in the first round and the center that he wanted in the second round. Is that a good idea? Also, happy birthday, Jose.
Thank you. I wouldn't have been mad at that.
Yeah, and that's what we had been saying. If you're not going to bring back Tyler, which I still think they should have, you got to be aggressive and go out and get the guard situation taken care of, and then you can take whoever you want. So if you come back, if you sign those two guards, you take Ruben Bain in the first round, and you take Slaughter or whichever center you like in the second round.
Logan Jones.
Yeah, everybody's happy.
Yep.
Everybody's happy at that point. But the problem is Baltimore kind of sits on their hands in free agency because they don't like paying a premium for players a lot of times. So they didn't really do anything, and they got to the draft absolutely needing to use that first pick on Vega. Now, Vega's a great pick. I think he's going to work out, and that's a fantastic player to have on your team. But you don't ever want to be forced into taking a particular player or position in the draft.
Yeah. Kabashi, thank you for the birthday love. I appreciate that. But yeah, no, I like that idea. Like, had they done that? I mean, look, we're not. I'm content right now, but there's still that concern about center. Obviously, we don't have one, right? No clear one. But if they did that, then we really have no questions right now. So
except for Hart, Urban with the Patriots and the Seahawks being the first game of the season. How many times will they get Mike Vrabel looking clueless on camera? I mean, is there an upper limit on that?
So I know they leaked out some stuff. That's the first game.
Yeah, looks like it.
Patriots and Seahawks. What was the question about Mike Vrabel?
How many times will the broadcast get him looking clueless on camera? And my answer is, how many times is he going to be on camera, Urban? Like,
he'll be on camera.
That's what I'm saying. It's the number of times he's on camera equals the number of times he's going to look clueless on camera.
Vrabel came up in the Belichick system, but he ain't no Belichick, right? Because you could already tell, the things the stuff between him and Diana Rossini has rattled him. He's like, it's rattled him because he's talking about it. Like, if you didn't learn anything from Bill Belichick, you don't talk about anything at all. You can ask Belichick, hey, Belichick, what's your favorite candy bar? Listen, I'm focused on playing Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. If you have any questions about football, I answer those.
Guys,
and I won't answer those questions either.
Yeah. We're on to the Bengals.
Well, how you feel about the Bengals? We're prepared for them. Like he like his whole thing was like, ask me a question about football, and then when you ask me the question, I'm not going to give you that answer either, right? Like, he's not gonna like, you don't answer any questions. How hard is that, right? You're in the right place where, I mean, Robert Kraft ain't gonna make you address that. You know what I'm saying? No. So you don't talk about it. Say, hey, listen, football question, or move on, right? That's all you got to do. But he's already addressing it. Yep, we're on to Cincinnati. Yes,
that's right.
Yes, that's all you do. But it's already in his head. It's going to affect him. It's going to affect him.
And by the way, spoiler alert for when we do our reckless season predictions. New England is my pick for the team who disappoints most this year. They're going from Super Bowl to not making the playoffs.
I can see it too. I can see it. It's going to be a letdown for them. Yeah. But is he going to look clueless? There will be times during the game they look clueless. I think it's going to be another beatdown for them.
All right, I'm gonna say this. Let's say he's on camera 50 times. Okay, how many times does he look clueless? My number, 47.
No.
I'm sorry.
Well, how many times does the quarterback get hit? How many times they turn the ball over? I'm gonna say about 10. 10.
Wow, big Mike Vrabel fan over there. 47 out of 50 is the correct answer. and last up, real quick, Urban wants to know, has everyone told Jose happy birthday? If not, this is the best time to do it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Salute to you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Urban. Thank you, Big Woke. Appreciate that.
And you guys can thank Urban right now. Urban, that last beat you sent us, That's the winner. We're gonna use that. When we put together our intro for the Jose and Hendo in the Morning Show, the beat that you hear will be produced by Urban. So make sure you go check out his work. All right.
Thank you very much, Urban. Yeah, and if you don't know about submitted questions, the post goes up generally Thursday morning. It's on YouTube in the I guess they.
I changed it. I changed it to like Sunday or Monday.
Oh, I thought you were just putting it. I pre-posted. I scheduled a lot of posts. I put them up on Thursday. So
no, I changed it because like
you changed all the scheduled posts.
Yeah. I changed it because typically when you put them out on Thursday, people think it's the one from this this week. So I put them out like on Monday, so they know like this is a new one.
No, they're still scheduled for Thursday.
Okay, you must have scheduled some more. But
that's what I'm saying. I saw that I thought you just posted it, and I scheduled like the next 8 or something.
Okay,
classic behind the scenes stuff. When the post goes out, go ahead and post your questions there, and if you don't see the post, then you can send it to us at LBHTShow@gmail.com. You can send it to us on Twitter. You can send it to us in Discord. Anywhere that you can grab our attention, you can send a question. Doesn't matter.
Yes. So don't panic if you don't see it there, because I know people are like, "Hey, where's the submitted question post?" Ask your question, okay? Just ask your question and say, "Hey, this is for submitted questions," and we will post it on there. All right. But really appreciate the engagement, and that's it. Show's over.
The show is over. Once more, if you enjoy the content, head over to patreon.com/LBHTShow. Sign up for the Patreon. And if you are interested in fantasy football, we have a dynasty league right now that is looking for 5 more members. So you can join up. We'll shoot you the link. It's in the Sleeper app. We'll get you set up and then start drafting.
All right. Okay. Adelia, are you ready? Adelia is ready. B, are you ready?
Yes.
He is ready. Hey, thank you all so much for a birthday love. Thank you to my brother Brodny for that Black History Fact shout out. Okay. That was unexpected. That was funny. And yes, much appreciated. And thank you to all the people that sent birthday shout outs, super chats, cash apps. It means a whole lot to me and to the show. Really appreciate what you guys how you guys have been supporting us this off season. Continue to do that, and we're going to continue to give you great content. But that being said, we are out of here. The Overtime Show is starting next. For all you Patreon and channel members, get ready. Everybody else, have a great night, and we will see you next time. Peace.